Hey guys, welcome back, BDCKR, and we're going to be showing off two birds with one stone, and we're going to be demonstrating Regime Hawkgirl, almost maxed out, level 46, and we're also going to be demonstrating the Cloak of Destiny, which is the new gear.
Alright, so what's interesting, and we haven't entirely got a handle on this, we got to check it out a few more times, but I'm going to explain to you why we're doing it on this level. The problem, it's a nice problem to have. Regime Hawkgirl's Special 2 does a huge amount of damage.
Yeah.
But it's multi-hit. So most people can't survive long enough to take it. So we're doing it on Containment Suit Doomsday because he's easy to get to. He's on the first fight of the ladder right before the boss Arkham Origins Batman.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is we were testing this on boss Arkham Origins Batman, and it didn't actually wipe him out. It looks like the numbers are for not stunned, but the animation on Hawkgirl's Special 2 looks like it is stunning, and when you use it on
Containment Suit Doomsday, it does stun.
Right, because the numbers are huge. Even if the numbers that show up on the screen aren't as big, when we swap around and do Special 2 and then come back out and don't do anything else,
it'll like show huge when you actually look at the final tally.
Right.
So there's an error happening somewhere here. And so the other reason why we're doing it against Containment Suit Doomsday is because the splash damage, the 25% splash damage, means that because Containment Suit Doomsday revives, so all the hits count on him count as the stunned hits with the plus 200% damage, it's going to do a massive amount of damage to anyone else on his team, and they're going to swap in with basically 1 health.
Right, so if you've got anybody else, the problem is the first hit is doing a few thousand. That should be the stunning one. The second hit can do over 100,000, even though the numbers don't show it. Third hit will, hold on.
Do like 160,000.
Yeah, third hit will, third hit I think is 100. It's the last one that could be 60 on the same guy. But then it doesn't show any, it misses, right? Because the in-between one, if you knock out on the second, the third one misses the guy coming in. The last one hits.
So the second special is going to be the only damage that we're dealing as Hawkgirl.
There's a 60, there's a 60. And so we're going to swap somebody out.
1 health. See, they don't have any visible health. And that's what makes it so ridiculously powerful, right?
Oh yeah, crazy.
Where really anything will take out the other guys after that.
Right, so you saw, she only did 1 Special 2. The numbers really weren't big enough. They were like 60-something, 60-something. And the first one was like a few thousand.
Yeah.
The last one was how many? I actually didn't even notice that.
But it says that she dealt 298,000. Which means that she's dealing a lot more than it says she's dealing.
Right. But the thing is, somehow with Arkham Origins Batman, and if he were not at the top of the ladder, I guess we could always do another video later when we work our way up the ladder again. But if he weren't at the top of the ladder, we could just show you right now, that 298 doesn't actually knock him out.
And it's weird.
Because it shows the numbers totaling of what was displayed on the screen, the red numbers, but it doesn't show. So, alright, so let's do one other experiment. Because one argument that could be made, but we know is not true, is that it could be that it's counting the splash damage or it's counting the burn damage. We know from Bronze Catwoman, the fighting Arkham Origins Batman, that the burn damage counts on the guy who's in the fight. So if you swap out whoever started it,
and
so doesn't count.
From Ares, we know that the splash damage doesn't count. So are we just going to take both of those off?
Well, I'm going to take off, I think what we'll do
Morningstar?
You take off the Morningstar so there's no splash damage. And then we will put another power gen here so we'll just get there
Lightning
faster.
Cloak?
Yeah, sure, why not?
There you go. So now we'll show you that it's not the splash damage that's being counted.
Right, so there's 298. That should mean, in order to get those numbers, actually, let me show you again. Because her special should only do 82,000. Okay? And with the crit, it should only be 120 something, right?
The Cloak of Destiny gives an extra 50% too.
Oh, right. So it should double
200%, yeah.
So it should be like 160, sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. So it should be 160. Alright, in the crit. And you're getting a boost of 30% damage boost to Special 2, 30% of the minimum. 30% of the minimum is only 12,000?
Yeah.
And you double that, it's 24. So at most you should be doing 180 something.
And that wouldn't give you an extra 100,000 damage because it's only a 25% splash. So even if it is, the numbers are off. So it has to be the stun.
Right, because the stun should be giving you 200% of the minimum, which should be giving you basically, an extra 80-something thousand.
And that brings it up to almost the numbers.
Yeah, so again, there's something wrong with the number. So let's do this one more time. So you notice the other thing too is we're just trying to time it so that the first one hits unblocked.
And that's the only thing that matters.
And the other reason actually that we're demonstrating this and not say multiplayer is that this is easier to build up the power, right? It favors the guy who's hit instead of favoring the guy who's
It's
attacking.
easier to demonstrate it without actually having to do other damage to show it off. There we go.
Yeah, I saw somebody call him Pickle Suit Doomsday, and it's just, I can't stop thinking about it every time I see him. He is really in a pickle suit.
It's beautiful.
There we go, perfect. 63, 63, 18. What a difference no splash damage makes.
Yeah. Well, it makes literally 2 characters worth of difference. Both of them are still alive now because of that, right?
Ooh, too bad.
He now has like no health. That's funny, huh?
I'm letting go of the block too soon.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm messing up. I mean, for all the work we're doing, really, it's just I just hate losing. It'd be almost faster.
Third special.
It'd be almost faster if I was willing to just lose. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's just a waste of time.
Little bit of animation. Second special probably would have been better, but it's always cool to watch, right, when you have it.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, we hardly ever use it because in multiplayer it doesn't really favor using the third special part if it's blocked.
Yeah.
So let's see how much damage she did. 298. So something doesn't add up. It actually would be fitting if it was doubled the last 3 hits. So that's 60 something plus 18.
Yeah.
So that's 120,
20.
140 something.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what it should be.
Yeah. But it's not for some reason.
So it's not showing up in the numbers on screen, and it's not showing up when you play AO Batman, but when we have the splash damage, it actually is.
So it's weird, and it's very overpowered.
Yeah, so in some ways it almost doesn't matter, because besides Arkham Origins Batman, there's nobody else that's really going to take it. Anybody else, her special 2 will wipe them out if it's unblocked.
Yeah.
Even if you take the base numbers 120 something plus the 18, nobody's really going to be able to stand through that. So that's sort of her strength and her weakness.
Do you know what would almost be better? If it did the amount of damage that it said it did, except it did splash damage for the 298. That way they could withstand it, but it would do massive amounts of splash damage to the rest of their team. So they'd die on the second last hit, but all the splash damage would go through massively. That would be an interesting.
It would. So when she's maxed out, she's close to about 43,000, and I think about 71 or 72,000 health.
Yeah. Well, you can tell based off of her base card in the store. Anybody else who has her base stats that's gold all evolves the same way, so they'll have the exact same final stats, right?
Yeah. So she's definitely a good character, one of the higher level characters. On a multiplayer team, she would be excellent.
With the right gear.
With the right gear, but as a special 2 specialist.
Yeah.
Like her special 2 is really powerful. Again, it looks like it does stun. At least in the final numbers we get, it looks like it's stunning. So it would be ideal actually for dropping her in. And the team we normally have with Ares, we could do the same thing. You could do Batgirl, give her Razzle Ghul's dagger, and drop her in for a special 2. You just have to time it, unlike Ares.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our sort of a follow-up review of Hawkgirl.
And she's looking pretty good.
Yeah, excellent character, and so is the Cloak of Destiny.
Yeah, definitely great gear. I'm gonna enjoy playing around with it a lot and seeing its capabilities.
Yeah, and so one other thing from experimentation, we know that Elseworld Flash's bullet time is not a stun.
Even though they can't attack, it's technically not a stun, it's just like a...
Right, it looks like he's stunning in the animation. So I think at this point, probably the best people to have it on would be somebody who's got a natural stun, because then you don't have to fill up people on your team with other guys. So
Yeah.
to me, I think Batgirl and Cassandra came back row are the two sort of best. Maybe Lucador Bane is a close second.
Maybe Batman, because you can get a first and a second special off if you have full, right? And
Yeah.
then, like, I don't know, Arkham Origins Batman, you almost don't even need anything for a second special.
Yeah.
But for other Batman.
And I want to play around with the Martian Manhunter, because he's got the
Oh yeah, on his swipe, right?
on his
Or is it
swipe
tap
finish,
measure?
his tap combo finisher that's a
Yeah.
swipe
Yeah.
has a random chance of stun, and that would actually help make him almost powerful. His health is huge, his
Yeah.
attack isn't so great, and this boost would actually really work well.
That'd be interesting, yeah. So anyways, I think that's all for now.
Alright.
See you guys next time.